Hello everyone. WHO, that is who has declared COVID-19 a pandemic. COVID-19 is a disease caused by SARS coronavirus 2, that is novel coronavirus. It stands for Coronavirus Disease 2019. I am Professor Jayashree Randhir Jagtap, working as an assistant professor in PDS Set Govinda Raghunath Sabre, College of Pharmacy, Saswad. Right from the beginning in this COVID pandemic, our institute contributing towards the society. All are having many questions in their mind about COVID 19. In this view, I will discuss origin, structure of novel coronavirus, history, features, symptoms, diagnosis, and treatment of COVID 19. After viewing this video, all will be able to know the answers of all these questions. I have made this video based on evidences published in scientific journals and information obtained from WHO, CDC, and NIH. Before actual discussion on COVID-19, I will give you introduction about different coronaviruses. Coronaviruses are named for crown-like spikes on their surface. Coronaviruses are a big family of different viruses. These are zoonotic virus diseases, means they are spread from animal to humans. Coronaviruses infect number of species, but human coronaviruses first identified in the 1960s in upper respiratory tract infections. There are four genera of coronaviruses: alpha coronavirus, beta coronavirus, gamma and delta coronavirus. Alpha and beta coronaviruses infects human and gamma and delta coronavirus infects birds. There are total 7 human coronaviruses. Out of 7, 4 coronaviruses are seasonal and cause common respiratory infections and transmit similar to flu, whereas 2 of them caused recent epidemics, that is SARS and MERS. SARS, which is emerged in China in 2002, and MERS, which was emerged in Saudi Arabia in 2012 and is still active and responsible for approximately 35% mortality. And now SARS coronavirus 2, that is novel coronavirus, which caused COVID-19 pandemic disease. Both SARS and MERS affected a relatively small number of patients compared with COVID-19. COVID-19, which is different from the SARS and MERS. This COVID-19, which is more transmissible due to several reasons, including asymptomatic carriers, long latency period, that is time span between infection and having symptoms is very high, and high infectivity is due to the high affinity of this viral protein towards the host receptor protein. Let's see origin of the SARS, MERS, and novel coronaviruses, as these three coronaviruses cause major epidemics and pandemics. This new coronavirus, it is similar to SARS-like coronavirus in bat and therefore named SARS coronavirus 2. Research evidences suggest that SARS coronavirus and MERS originated in bats. SARS coronavirus then infect civet cat and then it transmit from cat to human, whereas MERS coronavirus, which transmit to people via camel as an intermediate host. Similarly, based on published research so far, novel coronavirus most likely originated in bats and transmitted to humans through a possible intermediate host, and pangolins are considered the most likely intermediate host. Some scientists have suggested that SARS coronavirus 2 may have come from another known virus, bat virus, that is RATG13, due to 96 structural similarity found by researchers at the Wuhan Institute of Virology. However, at origin of novel coronavirus is not confirmed. Let's see history of COVID-19. The COVID-19 disease emerged in December 2019 in Wuhan city in China, where number of unusual cases of pneumonia reported in hospitals. On 31st December, coronavirus cases reported to the Home Office. On 4th January 2020, seafood market identified as a source and was closed. On 12th January, genetic sequence of novel coronavirus was shared by China, which was very important to all countries for the development of diagnostic kits for the coronavirus infection. On 13th January, novel coronavirus outbreak was declared as an emergency. On 11th February, who declared the name of disease COVID-19, and on 11th March, who declared COVID-19 as a pandemic. COVID-19 is concerned because it is highly transmissible disease. As of 22nd August, COVID-19 has infected more than 22 million people worldwide and the mortality rate is 3%. Whereas still in India, number of confirmed cases exceeded 3 million and more than 50,000 deaths reported, and the country is now ranked third globally in number of COVID-19 infections. Even if recovery rate of India improves to 74.30%, this is maybe due to better innate immunity of peoples and case fatality rate was 1.89%. Still, we all should comply with guidelines receiving from government and healthcare system. All are very curious about structure of novel coronavirus. So let's see structure of novel coronavirus. These novel coronaviruses are enveloped virus. They are spherical in shape. They contain single-stranded messenger RNA at the center, and their genome encodes non-structural proteins, structural proteins, and several accessory proteins. Novel coronaviruses contain different proteins, that is envelope protein E, spike protein S, membrane glycoprotein M, and nucleocapsid protein N. Let's see functions of all these proteins in viral pathogenicity or in viral infectivity. Here S protein plays a very important role in entry of this virus into the host cell. Okay. And the infectivity of this novel coronavirus, it is due to this S protein, that is spike protein. It is having higher affinity towards the host cell receptor, that is ACE2 receptor. The spike protein, it consists of three subunits, S1, S2 subunit and S2 dash subunit, that is S1, S2 cleavage site. Here S1 subunit, it is also known as receptor binding domain. This domain is very important for the attachment of this S protein of virus to the host cell. S2 subunit is very important in the fusion of this viral protein with the host protein. And here this S1, S2, it is a cleavage site. So this spike protein, it is cleaved at this site and it becomes more activated. E protein, it is very crucial. It plays a very crucial role in virus life cycle, such as budding, envelope formation, and virulence of novel coronavirus. M protein, it promotes a viral assembly due to its membrane bending properties into host cell. N protein, it is highly immunogenic and is normally very conserved protein. And it is a multifunctional protein and that package the viral RNA genome into this ribonucleoprotein complex, and it is called as nucleocapsid to protect the genome, and it is often used as a marker in diagnostic tests. Let's see features of COVID-19. If we compare COVID-19 cases with other coronavirus outbreaks, for example, SARS had just more than 8,000 cases and mortality rate was 9.5%. MERS in 2012 had more than 2,000 cases and mortality rate was 35%. For COVID-19, mortality rate is 3%. Mortality rate of seasonal flu, which was caused by influenza virus, is less than 0.2%. The novel coronavirus transmitted by droplets, contacts, and fomites from another symptomatic or asymptomatic person. The incubation period of COVID-19 is 2 to 14 days. The average age affected is 47 years old. Males and females affected equally, but severe outcomes were more commonly reported among males. Mortality rate of COVID-19 increased with age, especially for more than 60 years, and also increased with other comorbidities such as diabetes, heart disease, kidney disease, etc. All should not take this COVID-19 disease lightly. COVID-19 and influenza virus are very similar in symptoms such as fever, cough, and shortness of breath, and when it becomes severe may cause death. Also, this manner of mode of transmission of both these viruses are also similar, and both infections can be prevented by taking common health hygiene measures. The big difference between the seasonal flu and COVID-19 disease is that for seasonal flu, vaccine is available, whereas for coronavirus, no available vaccine yet, and only relies on body's immune system as a defense. And therefore, public health system against COVID-19 is very important to have reduced the spread of disease. Let's see symptoms of COVID-19. The symptoms seen on novel coronavirus infections are due to ACE2 downregulation and cytokine storm. Good news that received from CDC is that most people who become infected with COVID-19 recover without needing special medicinal treatment. So, there's no need to worry. Important thing is that we must know what to do next to help ensure recovery and avoid infecting someone else. Symptoms can range from mild to severe illness and appear within 2 to 14 days after individual exposed to the novel coronavirus. There are four common symptoms of major common symptoms of COVID-19, that is fever or chills, cough, shortness of breath, or difficulty in breathing and sore throat. Other symptoms include fatigue, muscle or body aches, headache, congestion or runny nose, nausea or vomiting, diarrhea. And now new symptoms added in CDC list, that is loss of taste and smell. Let's see emergency warning signs of COVID-19. Seek medical care immediately if someone has following emergency medical signs of COVID-19, such as trouble breathing, persistent pain or pressure in the chest, new confusion, inability to wake or stay awake, or bluish lips or face. Let's see public healthcare measures for prevention of COVID-19. See this graph, it is very important. This graph is very important to know the importance of public health care measures in prevention of COVID-19. So when an infection occurs, that is novel coronavirus outbreak hits, the number of cases will suddenly rise, and so too were the number of deaths when there were no any public health measures in place. Despite shows us many people are getting sick all at once. If that would happen, then not enough hospitals or mechanical ventilators who need them, and country's healthcare system have been overwhelmed in that capacity, and it was already happened in Italy. So this is stagnant graph. It shows capacity of healthcare system. The reduction in infectious outbreak is shown by this flattened curve, flattened graph, and is by public health measures, that is social distancing, in order to slow the spread of novel coronavirus. So it won't get a huge spike in the number of cases getting sick at once. There are a number of reasons due to this graph is flattened or decrease in number of infectious patients. The first step is to have protect yourself. Hand washing, that is wash your hands thoroughly at least 20 seconds, especially after visiting public places. Avoid close contact with those who are sick and also reduce human to human transmission by avoiding big social gathering. Steps 2. Protect others by staying at home. If you are sick, isolation is recommended at least a week, and if concerned of COVID-19, then contact your doctor for proper diagnosis. Cover cough and sneezes with tissue paper or with clothes, and wash your hands frequently. Wear face mask if you are sick or when you go out for the important work. Now let's see healthcare measures done by doctors and hospitals are also important. This include rapidly identifying cases with COVID-19. That is, case identification is the first step. It is a very important step. Then isolating identified cases is very important. That is isolation of these positive COVID-19 positive patients, and to provide them optimum treatment. Then contact tracing by identifying people the infected person come in contact with, and then isolating individuals with suspected symptoms of COVID-19, and then again potentially diagnosis of new cases again, and the cycle will continue. Yet the development of vaccine and effective treatment for COVID-19 is an urgent public health priority. Let's see diagnosis and treatment of COVID-19. Investigation findings of infected people with novel coronavirus is lymphocytopenia, that is low level of lymphocytes in blood observed. And we know, the lymphocyte plays very important role in protection of our body against viral infections or bacterial infections. Also, CT scan of chest shows ground glass opacification of lungs consistent with a viral pneumonia. Diagnosis of COVID-19 is done with RT-PCR, identifying novel coronavirus RNA genetic material. Treatment of novel coronavirus, that is COVID-19 disease. Yet no effective treatment is available for COVID-19. Main treatment of COVID-19 is based on symptoms of COVID-19 disease, and supportive treatment is given. This includes antiviral, antibiotics, anti-inflammatories, steroids, traditional medicines, etc. However, many clinical trials and vaccine developments are underway, looking for better treatment options. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, like and subscribe. Thank you once again.